Waiting for people to join. Let's see. A lot of you are still joining. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good morning to people who are joining in right now. Welcome to this session. It's going to be an interesting one. You're going to understand how you can design an app live with the help of Figma, and also we'll also explore another tool, but yeah, quickly introduce yourself on the chat. Let me know your name and the city that you're from. Let me introduce myself first. So my name is Aparna and I'm streaming from Bangalore. We also have Suryansh,
I'm from Gurgaon, everyone. Let's see where all you are from today.
Naveen, hi, Akash, Pankaj, Sarabjit, Meenakshi. Hi, quickly just introduce yourself here and let us know where you're from.
Okay, we've got people from Bangalore, Chennai,
We're also live on YouTube. Yeah,
right,
Chennai, Noida,
Mumbai,
Mumbai.
Bangalore, Hyderabad,
Okay, Nidhi from Delhi, right.
okay, Chandigarh,
Okay,
Hyderabad.
someone from
Okay, we've
Utah.
got Utah as well.
Okay, good morning to you, Srinath.
We've got someone from Ratnagiri, Anushka. Okay,
Oh,
beautiful place,
beautiful place.
Anushka.
Yes, 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 yes. Nice to have you guys.
Okay,
Andre,
we have someone from Cote d'Ivory.
okay, Ivory Coast. Okay,
Yes,
interesting.
from England, UK.
Okay, a lot of you joining in from
Hmm.
different parts of the world. So we're also live on YouTube in case you're here and you're able to hear us. Just let me know your name and the city that you're from. We're also live on LinkedIn. Um, Again, if you are joining us from LinkedIn, please let us know your name. I mean, your name and the city. Of course, we can see your name, but also the city that you're from. Okay, someone. Yeah, great, great, great. Okay, amazing. So we'll just quickly get started with the session. Like I said, the agenda of today's session is to help you understand how you can design an app, not just the health coach app. So Suryansh has a bunch of things planned for you, apart from just designing the health coach app, using Figma. And, Suryansh also suggested that we can explore another tool and let people actually make them design this app live, right? So you have an interesting session coming up. Make sure you are extremely attentive and you're following our instructions because you're about to do this hands-on, something that we don't do very often. So I'm really excited about this session, and I'm sure you guys should be as well. So with this, by the end of the session, you will also understand the fundamentals of UI UX design, and also you will understand how the Caltech UX UI bootcamp will help you in and give you the skills that you need to become a designer, right? So we'll get to that towards the end of the session. We also have a quick segment for Q&A lined up towards the end. So if you do have questions, make sure you put these questions in the Q&A box. Remember the chat box, you can use it to interact with Suryansh and whatever is going on in the session, whether it's you designing the app or hands-on, or whether it's you sending your screenshots of whatever you've designed. All of that will happen on the chat box. So make sure you put all of your questions on the Q&A box,
That's
right?
right, Aparna. Also, learners, remember we give a lot of time to Q&A, just in case you
Yes.
have questions and you feel that a lot of questions have come up. Don't worry. We'll see to it that questions are answered. We've been doing it regularly at all our webinars. Therefore, it's a hands-on experience session, learners, right? Expect Q&A to be taken in depth towards the end. At
And
the same time, I would really, request learners Aparna over here if they could join using their laptops. Maybe they
yeah.
can hear this session as of now, but side by side, if they could join from their laptops, or at least keep their laptops or desktops open, next to them, because I would really want this session wherein you create what you're seeing on the screen. That's when you will get a good experience of what Figma or any other tools are like.
Right. Okay, so you heard Suryansh, because we are so keen to make you do this hands-on. Make sure you join through your laptop, or at least you have your laptop on, so that you will be able to practice and do this hands-on. Yes, the session will be recorded, so I'm just going to get these things out of the way because we get these questions a lot. Remember, your time in the webinar is for you to learn. Do not worry about the recording and the webinar certificate. We will send that out in the next 24 hours. So I'm setting this straight right now for everyone who's just joined in. The session is being recorded, and let's say you miss something, do not worry. We're also streaming this, like I said, on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So you will be able to see the recording right away after the session is done, right? So just head to the YouTube channel of Simplilearn, and then you will find this recording if you want to do this right away, right? But make sure you are attentive in the session because, like Suryansh pointed out, it is going to be a hands-on session. And what we want you to do is to make the best use of it. Yeah. So remember that you will get a certificate and a recording. I'm not going to be answering this question once again because the session is more important and I'm kind of excited to get started. So let me just quickly introduce Simplilearn. So we offer skills in multiple domains, UX, UI, product management, just being a few of these domains actually. So you can also find certifications, courses that are aligned to different career paths. Let's say a data scientist or an AI engineer or a cloud architect, whatever the domain is. So you'll find these courses on simplylearn.com. And today in particular, we'll highlight and talk about the Caltech UX UI Bootcamp. In fact, the hands-on project that you're going to be doing today, or the hands-on app that you're going to be designing, is a part of the course. So it is actually a live project that you will do if you join the course. And that is why we thought we'll just give you a sneak peek of the course through this webinar. Yeah. So we'll talk more about the course towards the end. Let me now introduce Suryansh to you. Suryansh was a former product owner at Accenture, and he has headed multiple product teams in the tech and particularly in the edtech sector as well. He's an amazing trainer at Simplilearn, and he's also taught a bunch of aspiring designers and product managers. So welcome, Suryansh, once again. It's always good to have you, and also your energy is kind of infectious. So you can introduce yourself now, and then I think I'll let you take
Thank
over.
you so much, Aparna. Hello, learners. Good evening.
Yeah.
Professionally, as Aparna said, I'm a trainer at Simply Learn, and whenever I conduct these kind of trainings, as we'll see today, my whole objective is to ensure you perform things with your own hands. That's what we're going to do today as well. Whatever we'll be learning, we'll be implementing together. That's one thing. And I worked, let's say, around 30 to 35 products till now in my career as an entrepreneur or in Accenture with different results, of course. But teaching and training is something that I love the most. And that's the reason I always thank Aparna for inviting me over here. Thank you, Aparna.
Great. It's always nice to have you as well. So Suryansh, I think we'll just get started right away with the session. So should I stop my screen share and let you take over?
That's perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Aparna. Hey, learners, just quickly on the chat box, I would like to have quick answers. Please put down any tech product that you use on a daily basis. A tech product could be anything, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Hurry up, learners. Let's see what answers are we getting. Go on, Netflix. You see, Aparna, we getting the right answer at the first one. Medium, LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, Zomato, Blinkit. Perfect. We've got Instagram, we've got WhatsApp, Swiggy, LinkedIn, Facebook. Great. WhatsApp, Instagram, ChatGPT, Prashant. That's a good answer. We've got TikTok. Thank you, learners. Now, learners, what I'll do is I'll quickly share my screen for a moment using my pad, and we'll go to the whiteboard. After that, we'll start working with some tools. Okay, so just let me know in the chat box, all learners, Spotify. Just one question, learners. Have you ever seen any app for music streaming better than Spotify? I haven't. Anyone would like to answer that? Anyone would like to answer that? Apple Music. Okay, I never tried Apple Music, but could be a possibility, Aparna, that we could look that. But Yeah, as far as the, what do you say, music is concerned, no match for Spotify. Hey learners, is my whiteboard visible? That's what we usually do. We'll
Yes.
have a small discussion during the whiteboarding and then we'll go on with the tool. All right,
Yes.
here we go, learners. Learners, remember one thing. In today's session, we're going to make tech products that you have really used in your, let's say, daily world. For example, if you use WhatsApp, right? Or let's say if you use LinkedIn. Remember one thing, learners, when these products were being built, nobody went on and started what do you call coding. That entered at a, what you could say, as one of the last phases. It usually began, every tech product usually began with a very small crude drawing. That could be, as we are doing on a whiteboard, it could be using, let's say, a PowerPoint presentation, or it could be, let's say, even using Canva. It could vary. Every tech product began its journey using these crude drawings. We product managers happily use jargons, and one of the jargons that we use for these kind of drawings is a prototype. That's what we're going to make today, wherein we're going to make somewhat similar looking versions of current tech products. So we're going to make how looks. So we're going to make a small prototype of that. Maybe we'll see how LinkedIn looks. Then we're going to try how LinkedIn looks on our tool. So we'll keep those tech products open on our mobile phones right in front of us. And just as kids we used to draw, over here we're going to look at that app and we're going to make that app over here on different tools that we're going to use. This is where learners prototype comes in. Once prototype is approved that, okay, this app should look this way, then we have something known as beautification, wherein we'll have colors, we'll have shapes, we'll have designs, we'll have bold fonts, so on and so. Once this beautification is done, that's when coding comes. So that's how a tech product is developed. Wherein the first step over here, learners, is you create something called a prototype, wherein you show how the product will look like and will work. Second, you add beautification to it. You add colors, you add themes, you had, what do you say? I think the color or the sign should be green in color or should be black in color. The placement of this button should be here. All those things you take care over here. And once this is approved, you finally start coding. Because if you want to make changes at the coding stage, it's very expensive. It is very easy to make changes in drawings. That's the reason maximum changes take place in prototyping. So that's a small journey, learners, which usually a tech product undergoes. All right. So if you got some hang of it, quickly write yes in the chat box. That yes, Suryansh, I'm aware of this journey, and a little bit idea I've got what we have to do. Don't worry if you didn't understand the entire concept. We're gonna make lots of drawings and prototypes today, so keep you updated. Here we go, learners. Now what I'll do is let's quickly jump to the product. Aparna, what do you say? There. Now, all learners, do as I'm doing on my screen. Initially, I'll go a little slow so that we all can have access to Figma. After that, we'll catch up speed. Is my screen visible, Aparna?
Yeah, it's visible.
It's visible, right? Okay, just
Yeah.
give me a moment. Here we go, right? Uh, how do I get rid of it? Okay, it's fine. We'll see to it later. Let's go, learners. All we need to do is just go to google.com and over here search Figma. That's it, nothing else. I'll give you 5 seconds, learners. Just Google Figma and wait for me. Okay, I hope most of you would have reached. Just click on the first link and it will ask you for a Google sign in if you are the first time user. If you have already used it, you will land up at a page that somewhat looks like this. It's up to you. Just hold on for a moment and let's see what you get. If you want to have a Google sign in, Aparna, we'll wait for 10 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds would justify if learners would like to have a
Yeah, I
Google sign
think
in
so you guys can just quickly sign in with your
using your
Google
Google
accounts.
ID,
Yeah.
right?
And just give a done, yes, like how Naman has
Yeah,
done.
that's a good
Give a
idea, Aparna.
done. Yeah,
Learners just keep giving me done, 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 done. Suryansh, we're done with the.
so that we are ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Great. Let's
Just
continue.
one step. Yeah, let's continue.
Let's continue. Now, learners, you see something known as a see the Figma in itself is a big tool. We've got lots and lots of things to do over here, but we'll focus only on our part today, which is let us make a design file. All right. You have an option over here. Screen's visible? Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible.
Let's go
Yeah.
to yeah, let's go to new design file. Learners, click on new design file, and what I would suggest is just hold on and quickly rename it to anything that you want. Let's say I would like to name it Tech DevOps. All right, everyone, do this and just hold on for a moment over here for me. All learners, you should be seeing a screen like this. We'll be making a very simple prototype over here, and we're going to begin with WhatsApp. So, all learners, get your phones out. If no matter what device you use, just get your phones out and open WhatsApp next to you, next to your laptop. If you are done till now, type done in the chat box, and then I'll start. We'll start one by one. 10 seconds we'll wait, and then we'll begin. Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay, here we go.
Great.
Learners, it depends on what phone you use, what device you use. It's absolutely fine. The first thing that we're going to do is because any tech platform we make, the users are going to use it either on their laptops, pads, desktops, or on their phones, right? Therefore, any prototype we are making should actually be present in any one of these devices, right? That's the reason. Let's just see what happens when we click on frame. All of you click on this frame over here. On the right side, you're going to see lots and lots of options. Just to ensure that we all perform at the what do you say the same device, I would suggest let's take iPhone 13 and 14. All right, and just wait. Pick up iPhone 13 and 14 and just wait over here. All right, learners, we'll continue in 5 seconds.
Yes, new Figma file.
New Figma file. That's right. All
Yes.
learners, you need to bring any one of the iPhones. You can bring your own device also. That's also fine. The whole purpose is to enjoy what we are doing today. Just ensure your WhatsApp is kept open right in front of you on your phone. Learners, now let's look at WhatsApp. I'm using an iPhone, so my UI would be different than Android users. Okay, so let's see what all things are there on WhatsApp. Learners, do you see on WhatsApp in iPhone top left corner? Do you see a circle which has got three dots in it? Yes or no? Yes or no, learners? And on the right top corner, you see a camera and a plus button, right? Let's see if we can bring those things over here on our screen. Now, learners, what I'll do is I'll show you first how to bring a circle. Look at my screen, learners. You have over here two options, file and assets. Make sure you have clicked on assets over here. Now, let's search. Do we have a circle over here? Are we getting a circle? Okay, we're getting a circle. That's great. You see, it opens something like this. Close it, just drag and drop and bring it here. Right? Now, once you have the circle over, sorry, got dragged twice. Just delete it. Now, bring it to the top left corner. Also, learners, you can zoom in by pressing Control and using your scroller. All right. What I would recommend learners is we clicked on new Figma file. The moment you clicked on new Figma file, quickly rename it. Once you have renamed it, you need to click the button over here, learners, which is called the frame. It will give you a host of options on the right side. Please pick up any device of your choice. I have picked up iPhone 13 and 14. I would recommend you to do the same so that we all are present on the same page. All right. You need to search over here. We have got two options, file and assets. Search circle over here. You're going to have this option. Just drag and drop it over here. All right, here we go. Now we need to put three dots, right? Learners, bring this text over here. Yes, bring this text over here and type three dots. All right. Just you need to bring this text over here, bring three dots. And next is, I want you to increase the size, right? We need to increase the size. Therefore, on the right side, you have an option where you can increase the size of the text. So let's say I would like to make it, I'll first select it. I would like to make it 36, 32. Let's make it 32. Now we have got 32. You can decrease the length, so on and so forth of the entire box. And now just drag it and place it over here. If you want, you can press Control and zoom in till here also, so that you can have a better view. Press Control and use scroll. Learners, the three dots and the circle. If you are here with me, quickly give me a heads up in the chat box, please. See, it could vary. You may not be able to exactly position it in the center, so on and so forth. The whole purpose is, if you were able to bring the text box, you were able to type three dots, get a circle, it's fine. Keep it slow. You're doing it for the first time. And since we have an hour or so, we'll be going a little fast because we'll have to take care of the question answers also, right? So if you're able to follow somewhat and you're able to move things around, it's good. Don't worry about being exact what I'm doing on the screen. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now what I'll do is, you can search circle over here. What I'll do is I'll select both of them at one go. Like this, I selected both. I right clicked and I said, okay, why don't we group you together? So now, sorry, it didn't get grouped. Just give me a moment. Hmm. There's some problem I see, but just give me a moment. I'll see what is the issue. Okay, it's acting weird. It's hanging a little bit. That's fine. I was just showing you how to group them together. Now, learners, here we go. We've got the three dots and thing. Let's bring a camera. Over here, learners, you have an option of searching camera. Whatever you want to search, learners, circle, rectangle, camera, you all have options over here. There are two options, file and assets. Search camera over here. Drag and drop it on this particular side. All right. The camera is here. Now we need to bring a circle which will have the plus sign. So let's bring one more circle. Just adjust it so that there's enough space. It's hanging a little bit, but that's fine. Now here we are. We need to have a plus sign inside this, right? So let's bring a plus sign from here. Okay, there's already an option which looks like this plus circle. So why don't you bring this directly? Just delete this and bring over here. Learners, whatever you're trying to find, your assets option is over here for you to search. You'll find most of the things that you need right over here present. Now, the next thing, learners, over here that we're looking at is something. What's the text, learners, that is written on WhatsApp top left corner? What's the text? It's a 5-letter word that is written on the top left corner just below the dot. So let's bring that title now. So all you need to do is press on the text button, T over here, drag and just draw it over here, type chats. If it is going a little outside, what I would suggest is we need to increase the size. That's it. You've increased the size. If you want to keep it bold, select it, press Control B, it becomes bold, just as you do it in MS Word. Right, so we have got chats done, we have got camera done, we have got three dots done. Now, learners, what's the next one? What's the next thing after this? Anyone would like to guess? Or anyone would like to tell? What comes over here? It's a rectangle kind of a thing, right? What is it? Yeah, and I know Android is different. Android is different. For iOS, what do you see? Search option, right? Now, learners, I'll show you two ways to do that. You can choose whichever way you would like to do. Now, keep looking at my screen. See, one way is I can bring in a rectangle. Over here, there is an option called rectangle. Okay, over here on the same place where you got text. Now, over here, I can draw a rectangle that looks like this. And the moment I have drawn the rectangle, learners, on the right side, there is an option called appearance. Over here, I can corner it by writing 10 instead of 0. Do this, learners. Bring the rectangle, click the rectangle over here. Once you have the rectangle over here, all you need to do next is just write 10 over here. In the appearance, you'll see the rounded rectangle with you. And now, once you have done that, all you need to do is you need to search in the assets, search. Just look at my screen and see what I have done on the top, on this left corner. You have this icon, just bring it over here and reduce the size so that it fits well. As you can see on the left side, learners, there is already a ready-made search option available for you. However, the reason why I didn't ask you to take that is so that you learn how to make rounded corners and all. Learners, what's the text now? There is a text as well that I can see. What's the text inside this? What's the text, learners, inside the search box? Can anyone answer? It says that's correct. Ask Meta AI or search. Sorry. All right. Now let's reduce the size. Select this. Again over here, instead of 32, let's make it 13 or 12. Let's make it 12. And let's ensure that it's not bold. Right. Now you can scroll it down so that it's well. Okay, learners. If you were able to follow somewhat 40-50% as well, maybe you're not able to catch up or something, let me know in the chat box quick, yes or no. Even 40% if you were able to follow that, Suryansh, from where to drag and drop things I saw and I understood and I was able to bring some things on my own as well. That's more than sufficient, learners. Because this session is usually a longer one. When I conduct a Balsamiq session, I take 3 hours. We're going to do this in less than an hour or so. That's fine. That's how it works, learners. Now, there is a barcode scanner in Android, but I cannot find it in. Okay, we'll see to it. Which barcode scanner are we talking of? We'll see how do we get that integrated. But now, learners, I want you to do on your own. I will be doing it on the screen. If you want, you can follow me. But for next 5 minutes, you're free to follow at your own pace. If you want to follow me, you can follow me as well. We're gonna take, I think, a couple of minutes more to play around for this particular, what do you say, WhatsApp. So I see archived next and I see a box. So I'll search. It looks like a shop to me. So I'll search. Yeah, I'll just bring that box over here. I'll reduce the size and what is it? Archived. So I'll bring a text over here and I'll write archived over here. Prashant, I think for Balsamiq recording, Aparna would be able to help you know better. Archive we have, and then there is a line. So learners, you can bring a line from here as well. Just see where the line begins. Okay, it begins here and ends here. Great, so you got this line. Now we have got contacts and we have got circular images. So let's begin with one, learners. Let us again bring a circle, which you can bring from here, or if you want, you can bring a circle from here as well. Just give me a moment. Over here. Let us bring one circle, which would be for image. Let's have the contact name, which is text, written a little above this. Let's say I'll name it as, whose name should I keep? So let's name it as Prashant. All right. And now Prashant is, I'll just close the chat box. Prashant is here. Below Prashant, we have his text message, right? So I'll just select Prashant. Just give me a moment. I'll bold it. Yes, we've got bold. And below it, I'll have the text message sent to me by Prashant. I know it's a little what do you say, Akash? It's fine if you're not able to maintain this size and all. It's okay. Today's session we are just getting some hands-on, so don't worry if the shape is not perfect, if the size is not perfect. It's okay. So Prashant can say, "Hello, Suryansh. How are you doing?" And I can increase this size over here. I need to make it not bold, and I need to reduce it to from 14, from 12, I'll reduce it to 10. That's it. Learners, do the first chat the way it is done. And on the right side, I think we have got time as well. So time over here, we'll put as, let's say, 21. Okay, we'll have 7. We've got 21, 9:31, right? So we've got 9:31. You don't need to worry, Akash, about the average font size or something. I'll tell you why. Learners, many a times while we are making this, we are discussing about the font size or the shape. Remember when I showed you that journey? To discuss the exact shape size or the font is not your job while you're making a prototype. That comes into picture once the prototype is approved. Because that's when the UI UX designer would come and he would or she would add what do you say life to this color themes, exact shapes and sizes. The UI UX designer would entirely own that part. What we are doing right now is doing the wireframing or the prototyping part using Figma. So don't worry about the size and font. I'll just have it over here, right over. Learners, that's and then we'll have a line as well. So I'll just copy this line. Sorry, I'll just bring a line from here and we'll have it over here. Okay, that's it, learners. That's how the first text is. I'll wait for you all. And now a small question. Take a screenshot. It is a part of what do you say, Nidhi? It's a part. In today's session, we are covering the wireframing part. That's the auto prototyping part. That's the reason we are not going with the color theming. In some organizations where I have worked, the prototyping part was many a times done by the product owner or the product manager. It will depend on the organization you join. Okay, now learners, once you all are here, quickly drop me a yes in the chat box. That yeah, Suryansh, little bit I was able to make the what do you say the screen that I'm looking at. Okay, now learners, let's see if the tool works now. Because keep looking at my screen. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to select all. Okay, it's got selected learners. So it's got selected. I'll right click and I'll group selection. Okay, so it's got selected. That's great, learners. I'll repeat again. Take your cursor and select everything in this particular chat. For example, mine is Prashant's chat. Okay. Once you have done that, I want you to right click. You will see an option of group selection. I want you to click that. Now the entire thing has got grouped as one. Do this. This is important because now I can simply press Control C, Control V. So my second chat is also ready. Control V. My third chat is also ready. So I don't need to draw the entire thing again. Learners, do this. And once you are done, learners, I want you to send me some screenshots. Let's see some screenshots from you all for this small WhatsApp prototype that we have made. Don't worry, learners, it's not a test, it's not something, it's just to share your experience. That's it. So let's see if anyone can share their screenshots with us.
So if you're on your laptop, you will see a small page icon. You need to select that and then your computer and then select the screenshot. You should be able to do that on your phone as well.
Or what I would recommend is, if you're not able, let's say problem in taking the screenshot, look at my screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yeah.
What I would recommend is you have an option over here of share on the top right corner. On the top right corner, click on the share button and you can copy the link. All right. In this way, you can paste this link on the chat box so that everyone can see what you have made. All right. Do this now, learners. Let's see how many links are we getting.
Yeah, that's an easier option for sure.
Yes. After this, we'll go on to the second prototype.
Yeah, so it depends on how fast you share your links. Like I said, today's session is going to be a lot of hands-on work for you. So just quickly give me your links or your screenshots on the chat. Okay, amazing. We've got Srinivasan. Okay, now we're getting a lot of links. Great.
All
Uh,
right, learners, keep sending your
keep sending
screenshots.
them. Yeah.
Keep sending those links. Let's see what you have all got. I'll open also, learners. We've got other screenshots. Let's see.
I'm also opening them here.
Hey, what are we seeing over here? Mm, it's loading. Okay, someone has made it very well. I
Well,
don't. Pavan Singh, I think, has shared this. File owner is Pavan Singh. That's good job, Pavan. I can see your device. Another one is we've got, what do you say, Srinivasan. That's good, Srinivasan. I can see you are the owner. That's good, Srinivasan, and you're still working on it. Anyone else? We've got answer from Pavan. I've seen yours. Garima Singh. We've got Garima Singh. No, it's Pavan Singh only. We've got owner is Srinivasan. Okay, learners. So we're seeing multiple answers from multiple learners. That's good. Okay, we've got multiple more as well. Voice is not hearing. Aparna,
no,
am I
no,
audible?
it's fine. No, no, it's totally audible.
It's loud and clear, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, we good. Okay. Now, learners, just hold on for a moment. Last 10 seconds for everyone to share. Then we go on to the next prototype. And Aparna, what do you suggest? Let's make them work on a new tool now. They've
Yes,
got some experience, one tool experience. We'll try to cover both the tools. We'll
yes,
cover Balsamiq as well.
absolutely, absolutely.
Good. Now, learners, just have a look at my screen. By the time we'll have the last few ones sharing. Okay, here we go. Aparna, what is the topic of the app that we are going to cover in webinar today?
So it was a health coach app.
All right,
Um, someone like something like say Healthify Me or
great. Now,
um,
learners, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. As always, Aparna, I'm really sorry this session may get extended.
no,
Apologies to
that's
all
totally
learners before
okay
that.
as far as the learners are enjoying.
Learners, are
I'm
you all
sure.
fine if the session gets extended a little bit? Because we're going to have a small discussion and then we're going to make another product and then we're going to go in the question answer part. All right.
They're okay.
All right. Let's see if they don't have any problem. If they don't have any problem, we are good to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now,
Completely.
learners, yes, now, learners, here's a small question for you all. Today, we have a situation wherein we need to make, as Aparna told, a health coach app. Okay. Learners, first 5 minutes or so, maximum 5 minutes we'll take, we'll be acting as if we are gathering requirements. That's what the role we're going to perform, right? A designer or a product manager would, first of all, at least understand the requirements from the users, right? If we talk of a health coach app, learners, now keep telling me, Aparna, you can also contribute. What all features should a health coach app have? Pretty simple. As Aparna mentioned, something like Healthify Me. All right. Go ahead, learners. Tell me some of the features that you think should be present on a health coach app. Go ahead. Let's say Aparna mentioned doctors. Okay, good. Nutrition insights. That's good. I'll keep noting down. Steps counter, meal plan, steps counter. Great. Book an appointment. What else we've got? Health tracker. Great. Learners, sorry for my handwriting. It's horrible since I started writing. So it's consultation, calendar tracking, weight tracker, Akash. Are you serious? People are going to delete the app the moment you see, but that's a really good idea. We have got a weight tracker. Now, this got a little too bad to understand. Weight tracker. That's good. Anyone else? Water reminder. That's a good idea. Cool. Are we getting more answers? BMI. So we've got an option to enter your BMI. Hospitals nearby. That's a good answer. Great. Medical record. Good. Wherein I can have all my medical documents over there. Test. Maybe I can book diagnostic test. Great. Calories count. Good. Someone mentioned about fitness also. Good. So we're looking at test schedule. Okay. Now learners, let's stick to these ideas over here. Okay. Consider a scenario that if you are making a product or a platform that would have all of these features, do you all agree with a very simple point that all of these features cannot be at the landing page or the front page? Do you agree, yes or no? You can't have a clustered view at the front page, right? You would like to have it simple, elegant, yet useful. That means we can't get everything on the front page. Also, at the same time, learners, what makes money for us should be there on the top, don't you think? For example, if let's say booking appointment gives us good revenue, or let's say for example we have got count, let's say nutrition tips, meal plan makes good money for us, don't you think that should be our priority? It should look like our priority. What do you think? Yes or no? At the same time, learners, just give me a quick heads up now. How many of you have been how many of you are LinkedIn users for the past 1 or 2 years? You could be more than that as well. Now, Aparna, here's a new thing that has happened on LinkedIn. Everyone open LinkedIn on your phones. And the moment you open LinkedIn, you see a new option at the bottom bar. The taskbar, it always had home, it had network, it had notifications, jobs. But a new thing has been added. What is that? Naman, that's right. That's
Yeah,
video.
video. Yeah.
Video, right? Don't you don't you think videos are something that LinkedIn wants to promote now? Every time now, when I also open LinkedIn, it's videos all the time. It's becoming next Instagram or YouTube Shorts. I don't know why people. I am not a very active user, but still, it's somewhat heading in that direction because they want videos to get promoted, people to watch more videos, put more videos. They put the video button at the taskbar because it generates more data. So therefore, your UI UX or whatever design you make, whatever prototype you make, should be reflecting what is your end goal for the user. Okay, now we'll keep all of these things in mind and let us all, what do you say, start together making a very nice health coach app. What do you think? Yes or no? Let's start. We'll keep these ideas in mind. Maybe Aparna, you can take a screenshot or something so that we can recollect those ideas when we start making them. All right. I'll just continue my screen sharing for a second more. Have you taken the screenshot? Sure. Now I'll just stop sharing. Here we go. Now, learners, let's go on to the next tool. This tool, learners, again, it's very easy. And is my screen visible? Aparna, screen's visible? Okay.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
Now, what I want you to do is, I just want you to simply go to google.com again and just Google Balsamiq, Balsmiq. That's it. Look at my screen. This is the spelling. Just Google Balsamiq and press enter and hold for me over there. That's it. Just wait for me over there. And once you are here, all I
Yeah,
want you to do
yes.
is just,
Yeah. Give us a done maybe once you
yeah, that's
decide.
right up and now. All learners who are there at this page, quickly give me a done on the chat box so that we'll have a small check how many of you are up to speed. Sir, please put in chart.
Chat,
Uh,
I mean. Okay,
okay, okay. Okay,
balsamiq.com.
I'll just put the spelling over here. Up and
I've done that
okay,
already.
that's great.
Yeah.
Now, learners, I hope all of you have reached this place. I'll just wait for 5, 10 more seconds so that I get more answers on the chat box. Just let me know on the chat box, learners. How many of you have reached here? Okay, that's great. Now, learners, we'll have the same thing. We'll click on try it for free. With one Gmail ID, learners, you can use Balsamiq for 1 month. Just click on try it for free, complete your Google sign in, and give me a heads up in the chat box. Since I've just Google signed in before this session began, it will load a project for me. I want you all to complete your Google sign in and give me a heads up in the chat box that yes, Suryansh, I have done the Google's completed the Google sign in. I'll give you 10, 15 seconds more, learners.
Yeah, just make it a little quick. Just give us a done or a thumbs up. Anything would work. It's very simple. You just need to sign in with your Google account. Yeah. Amazing, Christine, that you're already accustomed to Balsamiq. Can you put the link? Okay, I did already put the link, balsamiq.com. Yeah,
Okay, I hope most
ready
of you
to
would
go.
have
Yeah,
reached this particular page wherein you have completed
yes,
your Google sign in. You
yes.
need to have clicked on, let's say, a new project. And if you are seeing this screen, let's continue. Learners, these are nothing but some kind of a welcome messages that we have got from Balsamiq. What we're going to do is we're going to start afresh. So click just as you use Microsoft PowerPoint. It works exactly the same way. Just select, press delete. Select, press delete. Delete all of these, whatever you're seeing on the screen, and you should be seeing a blank white canvas right in front of you. Come on, hurry up, learners. Just type yes in the chat box if you have reached this space. It's white canvas that you should be seeing on the screen. Right. By the time you just delete everything, just rename this as, we'll rename it as login because whatever product we are making, we need to have a login feature at first, right? Let's start, learners. Let's bring in a phone. What do you think? Remember, we had assets over there. Balsamiq is a little easier to use as compared to Figma. Whatever you would like to search in assets is readily available, unlike in Figma. So here we go on the top right corner over here. You have this on the top right corner over here. This is the place where we search everything. And I want you all to search smartphone. You'll see an option coming over here, and I want you to select the first option, which is the smartphone. I want your smartphones to be there on your canvas right now, which looks like this. You can adjust it so that it somewhat appears at the center. You can zoom out so that it appears this way. It's up to you. You can increase the size so that you can have a good view of working. Okay. Now, learners, what I'm going to do next is let's first bring in a title so that we'll have a title of our health app. So let's search for a text title. The moment you type title, you will have the first option text title. I want you to bring the text title over here and I want you to quickly type it as, give it any name. So I'll name it healthy fine. Nothing innovative, but that's fine. healthy, fine, and press enter. That's how your screen should look like. If yes, just let me know in the chat box. If you're following, let me know in the chat box. Healthy, fine. You could give any name that you feel like. Next is we're going to have, because this is our login screen, wherein we're going to have an option of login using, what do you say? We can have a Google sign in, or let's have, what do you say, OTP sign in. But to keep it simple, we'll have a quick Google sign in. All right, let's bring in a very small link. Search link over here. You'll get a link. Bring it over here, but that's too small. So you need to zoom. Okay, if it's coming too small, no, that's fine. So, sir, enter over here Google sign in and press enter. This way, the moment you click on Google sign in, it is expected that it will take you to the Google sign in page. Learners, if you think that Suryansh, this is very small for me to see, delete it, go here, search for title again, bring a text subtitle. Both cases, it works fine. So you can type over here Google sign in. All right, this is your login. The moment you're done with login, learners, we're gonna go next, and this time we're gonna make the landing page of our Healthy Fine app. Okay, learners, we are going to the next wireframe, and for that, instead of again bringing in this phone, instead of again bringing in or zooming out, what I want you to do this. You have an option of bottom arrow. Click on the bottom arrow and click on duplicate and wait for me. All those learners who have reached this page of duplicate, give me a done in the chat box quick. Just write done in the chat box. That yes, Suryansh, we are there at the duplicate page, which is login copy. All you did, learners, was click over here. You have a duplicate option. Click on duplicate, and you will reach here. Just give me a quick done. Yes, heads up in the chat box. 10 more seconds. Learners, the faster answers I get will go a little faster. So all learners who would like to give done in the chat box, okay, we've got good answers. We are here. We don't need Google sign in over here, so let's delete it. Rename it as homepage. Page and press enter. All right. We don't need the title over here. Let's delete this also. Now bring it in the center, zoom out a little bit. That's how it should look. Now let's have a user profile. All right. Just keep following my screen because certain things would be common. Features and all we can decide, but let's have a profile icon. So search for so search for profile over here. Is it visible using profile? No. Search for user icon. Okay, we have got. Do we have a user icon? User. If you scroll down, yes, over here you have got. Search for user learners, and as you scroll down, you have an option of user regular. So click on user regular and bring it over here. If anyone would like to look at the profile, wherein they can change their email address, on and so forth, it's all possible over here. Next is, now tell me learners, what all features you want to see on the home page? Everyone give in your preferences on the chat box. Hurry up learners, what all features? Maybe Aparna can, give all learners a small brief of what features we had decided. Learners, what features you want to see on the front page? Book
Yeah,
consultation. Okay, so let's have an option of book consultation. You can do it any way you want, but because the purpose of a prototype is to explain the functionality. So let's say I would like to do that using a circle. I'll just bring in a circle over here, increase the size over here, bring in a title, bring the title over here, just increase the size of the circle further. And the title is too big. I need to reduce it. So I'll bring in a subtitle.
so I've
And
sent
I'll,
a screenshot
sure.
on the features that we have seen. So
So we'll
just
book consultation over here.
yeah.
Just give me a moment. Yes, click on subtitle Double click on it and write book consultation. That's good. That's one feature. Okay. We've got one feature over here. If it is too big, what I'll suggest is we'll consider it this way. Okay. Learners, same thing. Select book consultation, select the circle using control and press control G. They would be grouped together, just as you did earlier. So book consultation is one. What next would you like to do, learners? Do you want the user to have their steps count? And let's have an option of no more. Okay. So let's bring in another circle and keep following, learners, what I'm doing on your screen so that you also, uh, you know, and let's name it as, we'll have another subtitle over here, and that is, we'll rename it as book consultation is done. What's the next one? We'll have fitness tracker. Let's name it fitness tracker. Something's wrong. It just hanged again. Okay, I'll just reload it again, learners. Just sorry for this. Okay, fitness tracker. Press enter. Yes.
So we
Now,
can also copy paste those circles.
yes, we can
Yeah.
also copy paste those circles.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Control C, Control V. Sorry, Control V will not work on the first time, learners. You need to do it again. That's a bug in
Okay.
the tool. If you press Control C and then Control V for the first time, it will not work. You need to press it twice. Let's have one more feature. Learners, what if you want to ungroup? Right click. You have an option of, just give me a moment. Over here, you have an option. Do you see ungroup option over here? It's an option called delete group. Ungroup is over here. Yeah. Just ungroup. One more feature, learners. What is it that we should be doing? You want to book diagnostic test, or what do you want to do? You need to use Ahmed. You need to use title or subtitle. Subtitle has a smaller text. Lab test. All right. Water tracker. Let's keep water tracker. That's a new one. Okay. Let's consider this. Now, learners, we'll work on, what do you say, fitness tracker more. Aparna, let's create something more on the fitness tracker. Same
Sure.
thing, learners. I want you to do is duplicate this one again. It will just drag and drop till the third one. So you'll have three wireframes. Duplicate this and bring it to the third. Just drag and drop and you can change the sequence. Name it as fitness tracker. Press enter. That's how you'll get to delete this, bring it over here, scroll up, and you'll have something over here. Fitness tracker is here. Now let's start making fitness tracker. Let's say in fitness tracker, we count your steps. What else should we count, learners? Steps. What else? Himesh, we are making a fitness tracker page now. Therefore, you need to help me with some ideas. That's Suryansh, I think on a fitness tracker page, what all things should we be tracking? Heart rate, workout plan, calories burnt. Okay, let's see. Let's have a, first step counter. I'll follow. We'll have steps counter over here. We'll name it as 2058 steps. That's one. Also, we have a heart rate, right? So let's see. A heart rate icon would do well. Learners, you see the size of the icon over here is very small. However, you can increase the size of the icon over here. The moment you select icon, this thing pops up. If it doesn't pop up for you, this is the button that you will click. It will come up. And over here, select this hard icon and you can increase the size of the icon like this. So if you want, it's up to you. So let's say I've kept it this way. Now, what's the normal heart rate, learners, that are we looking at? I'm not from much from the medical side. What answer should we put over here? Yes, Himesh, it works without coding. You don't even need to know a single line of code. It's just as simple as Microsoft PowerPoint, 72, 73. So let's keep it 72 and let's bring it over here.
Okay, Himesh, just for context, just head to balsamiq.com, quickly create an account, and then follow the instructions given. Um, be easier
Sure.
for you
So
to
let's
follow.
say now next is calorie counter. Do we have a calorie kind of a thing? No. So let's keep it running. All right, this is for running. The icon is here. Bring it over here and increase the size to Excel. All right, now copy paste this running over here. Let's say, learners, what should I write? How many calories do you think is good to burn in a day? You give me an answer. 500. What is the unit? See, I'm so sorry, I'm not from diet, medical, or any of these sites. So, what is the unit? Cal. Thank you so much. Okay, we are good learners. Just hold on for a moment. See, learners, this is something we have done. All right. Now, what next I want to teach you, one more part over here is we're going to see how to link all of these wireframes. That means this particular Balsamiq wireframe, learners, will work like an app wherein click by click you can click on first on Google sign in, it will take you to the home page. You can click on fitness tracker, it will take you to the fitness tracker page. Now we are going to link all of these three wireframes. I'll show you how. Keep looking at my screen, open login, which is your first wireframe, and click on Google sign in over here. The moment you click on Google sign in over here, in this editor, you have an option. The moment you scroll down, you have an option links, no link. So click on no link and click on home page. This will now link to home page. It will not work now. I'll do it again. So click on Google sign in. This pop-up will come up. Once this comes up, scroll down. You have an option called links. Over here, it will be no link. So click on this, click on home page, and that's how your linking is done. The link will not work as of now if you click on it. I'll tell you why. Similarly, go to the home page, click on fitness tracker. It is as of now grouped. So you need to ungroup it. Right click, ungroup, click on the fitness tracker and click on fitness tracker. This will link to this page. Fitness tracker will link to this page. I'll wait for 10 seconds more. All learners who have done this, quickly give me yes in the chat box. All those who have done the linking part. Hurry up, learners. Waiting for your answers on linking.
Yeah, it's great to see the enthusiasm. A lot of people are um,
Yes, we're getting good answers.
participating, yes,
Mm.
which
Come
is
on,
very
learners. Hurry up. We're waiting for more answers and then we'll proceed. Linking. Good. Now, learners, okay, I'll show one last time. So click on Google sign in. This particular editor will come up. If it doesn't come up, you need to click here. This one. Scroll down. Links is written. Link it to home page. It will show you no link. So click on home page, Akash, and your job's done. Now, all learners, let's run our app. On the bottom right corner, you have an option over here. Keep looking at my screen. You have an option called full screen presentation. All of you, click on full screen presentation, click on close, and wait for me. Now, let's play. Click on, see, the moment you put your cursor over here, it says Google sign in. The moment you're here, it says fitness tracker, and you come up over here.
okay. You
If
guys
you
need to click on presentation.
On the bottom right corner over here, you have an option of full screen presentation. That's how you will start using your links. You'll have an option, click on Google sign in, fitness tracker, and here you are. All those who, yes, you can do that in Figma as well. I'm not able to ungroup. So, Dheeraj, what I would suggest is press Control Shift G. If you're not able to ungroup, so press Control Shift G. It will ungroup everything. Okay. Yes, you can do linking Vijay in Figma as well. Learners, give me a heads up if you were able to play it. Let's see how many of you were able to play it. See, learners, if you're able to follow in 1 hour, you're able to follow even 30-40%, then that's a good job, because you maybe many of you would be using this product for the first time. And that's when we've covered two different tools with two different topics, right? So just give me a heads up if you're able to follow 30-40%, able to play it. Okay. Now, learners, let's say you would like to share this with someone. For example, in Figma, you shared the link, right? In Balsamiq learners, everyone press Control E. Control E, learners. Press Control E, and you can export this in PDF format, learners. Don't click anywhere. Just press Control E and click on export. Press Control E and click on export. It will export it to PDF, and you're going to have it right on your screen over here. The moment you click on it, your links remain as it is, learner. So click on Google sign in, it leads you there. Click on fitness tracker, it leads you there. So even the PDF file, learners, would work the same way as your Balsamiq tool. Okay, learners, 10 more seconds. And those who are able to do it, learners, why don't you share your PDFs on the chat box with us? There is an option of sharing PDF. So if you want, you have an option which says share document next to the smiley. Click on that and click on your computer. You'll have an option to choose the file in your downloads.
And if you're doing this on a laptop, then you just have, yeah, again, just a page thing next to this. I think it's pretty much the same interface.
Hmm.
And the tab is,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a link from Naman.
Mm-hmm. Naman has shared a link. Okay. Other learners, if you'd like to share, you feel free to share your exported files, and give me a heads up in the chat box, learners. Were you able to create some things? Because many of you would be doing for the first time. Were you able to create some things on this particular session? If yes, just quickly give a heads up in the chat box that yes, Suryansh, you're able to play around, you're able to create few things. To share attachment, Ahmed, you need to click on the option on the left side of smiley. You have an option of a document kind of a thing. Click on that and click on your computer. Then you need to go to the file, it's there in your downloads. Okay, now I'll take a pause, and Aparna, over to you. If we've got to cover something, we go back to the uh, we go to the question answer. Over to you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Glad that everyone were able to participate. Yes, you guys still need to participate, sorry, practice a bit more to get a hang of these tools, which is fine. I think when you revisit the recording, you should be able to get the confidence. Once again, do it at your own pace. Um, and it's okay, Dheeraj. I think you're joining us on the phone. Just go to the chat box and you will still find a way to attach a file, or share the link here, just similar to what we did on Figma. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So a quick question to all of you, because all of you did really well in participating. A lot of you were interested in sharing your designs, asking a lot of questions, and that eagerness was there to kind of participate and show that you could also do it. And what I would like to know is, what is it exactly that's stopping you from becoming a design professional, right? So let me just quickly ask you that question, and in case you guys have questions to ask Suryansh, please put that in the Q&A box, but otherwise you could just answer this question on the poll. Yeah. Yes, we're still not done with the session, Christine. We still have the Q&A. So if you've got questions to ask, please make sure you use the Q&A box. Yes. And I'm sure you have a lot of them. Of course, you had a lot of them while you were designing, but anything apart from that, anything associated with how you can pursue your career in this field, or get job roles, get your first freelance gig, whatever that is, you can ask on the Q&A box. Okay, let's see people on YouTube and LinkedIn. If you guys have questions, not really, but a lot of them participated, which is also great. Glad that you guys were also able to. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to share these results with you, Suryansh. A lot of them feel that they don't have the practical exposure, which I think they got through this session by learning two tools. You just didn't learn Figma, which was the agenda of the webinar, by the way. You also learned Balsamiq. You also learned how to share your designs, how to create, just a preliminary wireframe as well. So imagine doing this on a much larger scale, in a much larger format, and in an organized way. So imagine learning UI and UX, and also making sure you understand the principles, and later also understanding how you can create your own portfolio, right? So that's exactly what the Caltech UI UX bootcamp offers. Now, I'm just going to take you guys through this particular course. Let me just share my screen. And yes, if you guys have questions, please make sure you use the Q&A box. We might miss questions coming in on the chat box. You guys are very interactive, and my messages were just getting missed. So make sure you use the Q&A box for questions, right? So this particular bootcamp is offered in collaboration with the Caltech CTME, which is Center for Technology and Management Education, right? So what happens exactly in this particular program is that you get to design your own portfolio. You get to understand the different tools that you will use if you end up becoming a designer. And of course, that includes Figma and Balsamiq as well. So let me just show you the tools that you will learn as part of this particular course. And what you learn in this course is right from the design fundamentals to what is exactly required out of you to become a designer, right? So we'll come to the curriculum just in a bit. Now, what happens towards the end of the course is that you receive a certificate jointly from Caltech CTME and Simplilearn. Yeah. So this is how your certificate would look like, and it is a 5-month boot camp. So this happens live, online, and interactive as this. Now, you might want to ask me, is Suryansh really an instructor for this? Unfortunately, no. He's one of our instructors and trainers for product management courses. But for UI UX programs, you have equally good trainers, who are going to be guiding you and taking you through this particular course. Yeah. So if you can see, one of the capstone projects is to design a personalized health coach app. Another one is to design a travel assistant. The third one is to design a customer support platform. You also have more projects here, if you can see, right? So we actually saw a demonstration of one particular project that you will do here. Now, of course, you can understand how much we can cover in a span of 1 to 1.5 hours. So which is why we had to hurry into the session a bit, but you will be doing this in much longer format and much detailed. So Suryansh, if you can just take them through the curriculum of the program and help them understand how this exactly helps them fit that gap.
Thank you so much, Aparna. Aparna, what I'll do is, we'll keep these points in mind. At the same time, we'll cover this answer with some of the concerns users or learners have already shared. All
Yeah,
right, great. Now, what I would recommend you to do, learners, is just keep looking at my screen. Aparna, you can keep your
yeah,
screen
I can
sharing on,
stop my
please. You can
screen.
keep the screen sharing on for a moment. Just
Okay.
keep the screen sharing on for a moment. And maybe we can have the entire course at one go. Is it possible to see? Okay, just keep
Yeah,
it like this. I'll cover this. I'll cover this. It's fine. It's fine. Just give me a moment.
yeah. I've actually enabled multiple screen share as well.
Yes, it's okay. Okay, here we go. I'll screen share now. Aparna, you can stop screen sharing.
Sure,
I'll
sure, sure.
actually I took the screenshots of both these situations, and now let's start covering them together. All right, learners.
Of course.
Just let me know, learners, if the screen's visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, what happened? Oh, okay, heavy. Yes. Thank you. Learners, while I was just going through some of the feedbacks that you had given regarding what is stopping you from becoming a product manager, so on and so forth, this is what we get, Aparna, right? It says what's stopping you from being a UI UX professional. We have
Yeah.
got 14 learners who are saying that, you don't have the skill sets. Even if you give me, what do you say, a chance to land in this role, how I'm going to crack something known as an interview, right? Because I don't possess those skill sets. Majority, almost 53% people have told that you don't have the practical exposure. I'm still finding the right course, and 13 people have said right strategy to adopt the leverage. Okay, learners, let me tell you something. First thing, that if you feel that maybe you do not possess, or let's say, you do not know the strategy how to get in this kind of role, remember this, we begin with something very simple that maybe people who are from non-tech background can find it pretty easy to learn. Align. One thing that I would emphasize over here, that when I conduct these sessions, I have a huge chunk of non-techies.
Mhm.
So don't think that it's more of a techie role. I have people from HR, marketing, social media marketing, customer experience, customer service, hardware. You name the field. Finance, HR. I've got a set of learners from all across. All right. Therefore, we are aware of this fact. As learners, we are as trainers, we are aware of the fact that you don't come from this background. That's the reason when we begin with such topics that no matter what your background is, if you have some work experience, it's helpful and you grasp these things very well. That's the reason pretty straightforward concepts of what you see on a daily basis. For example, Instagram, Snapchat, they all have stories, right? And one thing that is common across all stories is all are circle and shape.
Hmm.
Very common observation. You see it every time. You see all your apps on your phone right now. They have, nobody will have sharp corners. They will
Yeah.
have rounded corners. Very simple observation. I mean, you don't need to be a tech expert to look at this, right? That's the reason. Pretty easy concepts, good to get you in the zone. That how things work and what you're gonna learn. And today's session, how many of you found it difficult? That Suryansh, the tool that you were saying is completely bouncer for me. I am a non-techie and I don't know even how to use it. Was there anyone who found it this way? That's Suryansh, this tool is so technical. I need to code, right?
No.
So we clear with this? No tech knowledge needed. You get started with it's fun, right? You look at an app just as kids used to draw. You look at an app, now you're making it a wireframe. Therefore, we begin to get you in the zone of a UI UX design. Till now, you've got some basics, you've got hands on experience through wireframing and prototyping. This means, learners, your portfolio has already started to get developed.
Mhm.
All learners who were saying that, wherever you don't have the practical exposure, the moment you have your portfolio ready, you will get the confidence of saying that, yes, Suryansh, I have got some practical exposure of it. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. It's again, when what we did now, it's iterative. You could show this wireframe to someone, and your, let's say, the sponsor or the supervisor can say, this thing can better, this thing can work a little differently, so on and so forth. And maybe once we are testing this with the client is not happy. Therefore, it covers something known as soft skills, which I'm sure you will be using no matter what role you do.
Mm.
All right. Just that we'll have a flavor of UI UX on whatever you have learned over here. This portion, learners, which we see project handoff, you would already be doing that, because if you're a working professional, you're already handling some projects or the other, you're handling some programs or the other, and you already do that, which is again your 90% soft skills. Just that you need to see how iterations work in UI UX. You already have those skills, just that we are looking at how it works with UI UX. Your portfolio is already started developing, you're already aware of some fundamentals, basics. Now we are working on these two aspects of getting you grooming to get project handovers. This is where, learners, your portfolio gets completed and you get sign off that you know what, now you have got the, what do you say, the required practical exposure, because obviously you have a portfolio ready. The moment you step in the interview, someone mentioned, no, I don't have the skills. You know what, when you get in the interview, instead of your words speaking, your portfolio will do the talking. Simple. They're going to simply look at the portfolio. In the portfolio, they're going to see, okay, we got Akash, who is aware of 20 plus tools of UI UX, who already has a portfolio of 20 plus projects, which that's Akash has successfully done. So the concept of cracking interviews, practical exposure is already taken care. That time, your previous job, Ramya, I'll come to that. Your previous job, learners, would only be acting as your workex. You know why? So that you can command a higher CTC. Because you
Mm.
already have workex of 2 years, 3 years, so on and so forth, right? Let's you already had a CTC of 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs. Now you got these things ready. You can command a higher package. They're already aware. You know how to work in a corporate, or you know how to behave at least in an organization. That's the advantage of your work ex over here, although not necessary or mandatory. All right, I don't know the right strategy to leverage the skills I have gained. Your portfolio would answer your strategy. That's the reason we begin with things that anyone, non techie and everyone can understand. And the last part, again, gets you your hands on experience. So, learners, your concerns, I was trying to relate how are being handled in this course. Someone mentioned, will AI replace UI UX? Believe me, this is a profession of creativity. And although machines will learn how to be creative, maybe I don't know how many years down the line, but as of now, you can be assured that you have your job safe. Although this particular jargon in today's world is only going to help you to do your job quickly, nothing more. So don't worry about, AI is going to replace this. Just a small heads up, learners, if you are doing a job which does not require your brain, as a person, as a guidance I'm telling you, does not require your brain, you are the best judge to decide whether the brain is needed or not. Don't worry about the fancy jargons that you are in. Only that job is in danger of AI. If you are using your brain on your work, then you have some kind of a safety net available with you. Sir, are you belongs to Akash? Not able to get it, but Aparna, it's over
Yes.
to you.
Yes. Great. Thanks so much, Suryansh, for explaining that in detail. Along with, of course, the curriculum that Suryansh mentioned, you will have an industry masterclass and an academic masterclass from faculty in Caltech. And of course, understanding the fundamentals of HTML and CSS, you would need to understand how web apps are built. So that's why this is important. And of course, we talked about what tools you'll cover and how this is exactly going to give you the hands-on learning you need. Apart from that, you also get access to a learning management system where you're interacting with your trainers, very similar to what you're doing right now. So you would get to interact with your peers, also get support on your progress. Let's say you missed a class, you were able to access recordings. All of that happens on your learning management system, right? So you're given access to that account after you enroll. Now, you can also check the profiles of these program trainers. You can do that while I share the link to the course. Someone was asking about job assist. Remember that, some questions that people may have is, will I get a job immediately after I enroll? It's not going to come to you. Obviously, you'll have to make the effort to find one through obviously your network, through kind of applying to places that you may want to work in. And also, of course, this portfolio that you built is going to give you the confidence, like Suryansh mentioned, right? So that's exactly what the Job Assist offers
Also,
you.
I'll add one more small point, Aparna. Also, learners, remember one thing. Let's say you feel that the job opportunity maybe you have a hindrance that you're not getting job. Could be a possibility, right? Could be a possibility that you, while you are in the course, you feel that, as I'm able to learn, that getting a job is getting difficult. Let's take that scenario. I'll tell you something. When I was there as a product manager, my UI UX friend, he would work with me, obviously in Accenture, morning. At night, he would have ample and ample of projects from outside on his own, because this pertains to creativity, this pertains to
Yeah.
using of multiple tools. So people avoid getting in these roles.
Hmm.
That's the reason these guys are always in demand. In
Yeah.
my entire product management career, a UI UX person, I'll just tell you one personal experience, one more. The UI UX person never worked on one product. You know what would happen? For example, my product would require his expertise, so he would come, he would get the job done, and after 3 days he would be gone, because at the same time he would be working some other client. That's when he would get the highest appraisal, because at the end of the financial year he would have feedbacks from everyone. It could be my product, it could be, let's say, a client's product at Middle East, it could be someone working in North America. So his appraisal would always be much better than anyone of us,
Exactly.
because you get ample or diverse set of chances to work in that. Because I have seen these people, that's the reason I'm telling you, you be good at this with these tools and your portfolio, you would not have to worry about your bread and butter, and you would definitely do better than maybe if you're in your current role.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right there. And again, thanks for adding that. Now, someone was asking about what AI tools are we going to be learning here. So it's not exactly a part of the curriculum, it's just a portion of the curriculum. So you will be introduced to how AR, VR can be leveraged in the UI, UX design. And
Aparna, can you
since you
scroll
want to,
down a little bit? Someone who
yeah, of
mentioned
course.
about the AI tools. Remember this learners. Aparna, just scroll down to the tools part.
Yeah, of course.
All of these tools have now added their AI component.
Uh,
Gemini, Chat GPT. The moment I think they are based out of AI.
yeah.
It is generative AI, right? So whatever tools that you are seeing on your screen, they have an AI function. Adobe, in
Absolutely.
fact, in its Acrobat, Adobe Reader, it has introduced AI. Therefore, Mangal, there's no tool left today which is, let's say, pertains to product developers, UI, UX, or something related to tech without AI.
Yeah.
Octopus is another example. So, yes, these tools contain sections of AI within them. But the reason why, it's not highlighted so that you work only on AI, because in that way you will not be able to learn the
Mm.
tool. In today's session, what I showed you on Balsamiq in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, that could be done in 2 minutes using just a few templates. But that doesn't mean that we learn the tool, right? So
Mm.
that's the reason. That's one point, Mangal, I wanted to add over here. Over to
Great.
you, Aparna.
Yes. So just quickly about the fee aspect as well. A lot of you are keen to know what the fees are. Of course, this is in India. If you live out of India, it will be applicable. The fee will be applicable whatever it is in your region. I'm sharing the course, the link to the course page, and also what I'm doing is I'm launching a quick poll that will collect your interest in the course. So if you're really interested, in the course after learning everything that you did today, you can just select a yes on the poll that I launched, and a learning advisor would reach out to you with the discounts available, and also, of course, help you understand the enrollment steps, which is basically just a three-step process. All you have to do is to submit your application, just wait for the admission panel to review your application, and then once you're in, they'll give you, a confirmation, and then you just have to enroll by paying the admission fee, right? So people who are just selecting a yes, I would like to keep the poll live for just about 4 to 5 minutes before we close. And yes, we also need to collect your names for the certificate, and of course, would like to take your feedback as well. So there's just one question I think, Suryansh, that's left. What is your favorite Figma or other app also? Is it possible to deploy on platform and personalize? I'm not
Hmm. A good
sure.
question over here. I
Mhm.
personally use Balsamiq extensively because,
Mhm.
as you saw, it's pretty user friendly and all. Deployment, you mean to say you would like to use it on AWS or Azure?
No.
Balsamiq is already deployed on cloud. Therefore, whatever organizations buy it, they buy the subscription plan just as you buy it for your Microsoft Office. So it's
Mhm.
already deployed on cloud, and integrating it with, what do you say, AWS or something. I've never tried or never seen that, but it could be a possibility. Yes, could be doable. But personally, I've never seen Balsamiq being deployed on AWS because it is not needed. Anytime you're sharing, because these are wireframes and prototypes, right? They need to be shared with decision makers. Decision makers are usually, let's say, senior management or sponsors, and they would prefer in a format that they can see, which is usually PDF. That's the reason it gets easier to share with them over PDF. But yeah, possibility may be there of integrating with AWS, although the usage I don't see as of now.
Hmm. Got it. All right. Any other questions that you guys have, or any other points that you would like to add to what you learned today? Please leave them on the chat here. And also, please make sure you submit your interest in the course. You don't have to be, from the tech background. It can be from any background, just that you need to have the creative bent of mind. Some design experience would help, but I think you already understood that through this session. And you just need to have a high school diploma with 18 years of age to be a part of this boot camp. Right. So the upcoming cohort starts on the 22nd. Sorry, the application closes on the 22nd of February. You can still, I mean, there's still time, but you can give in your applications as soon as possible. But before that, let's say you would like to talk to a learning advisor, you just select a yes on the poll, and then, you're through. Anushka, again, that depends on your current experience, like what Suryansh answered. Let's say you already have a couple of years under your belt, then, the salary would be different for someone who's just starting out, right? It totally depends on the role and, the nature of the role, the company that you're in. I don't think we
Plus,
can,
one more thing,
yeah,
Anushka, these roles, they reward you in the initial years of experience. You may see your salary little less as compared to MBA grads.
mm,
However, with few years of experience, you catch up with them because your promotions are fast scale.
yeah,
Simple reason is you guys are more in demand and less in supply. MBAs, as you know, they are abundant in supply today. That's the reason. Initially, yes, your salary comparatively would be lesser, but with your appraisals and promotions being fast track and the demand that you possess, you catch up in less than 3 or 4 years easily.
right. Okay, I think we're about to close the poll. So if you are still interested, you can drop us an email. I'll give you the email ID, and then you can drop us an email and we'll pass on the contact to our learning advisors team, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to launch another quick poll asking your name for the webinar certificate. So make sure you do that quickly, very, very quickly. Bhavna, when a person transitions, how do you suggest to start off with job search? Uh,
Okay, Bhavna, let's say you're transitioning from today, let's say you're working in finance and or maybe HR, and you're transitioning after this course to UI UX, right? The first few steps that you're gonna simply take is, I think, Aparna, we have the IIM job subscription available with all learners.
Yes,
The first job
for
thing
six
that I would
months.
suggest is back to back start applying for UI UX jobs. Initially 5 or 7 jobs you try and see what responses you are getting. Most of the time at least you'll get some kind of feedback. And once that is done, your next step would be to see how well do you fit in that feedback. After applying for around 15 or roughly around 20 such kind of roles across all platforms, you're going to start getting some kind of interview options.
Mm.
That's where you get a fighting chance. So don't expect that today I apply for, let's say, a UI UX role and multiple options do come by me. It will be difficult because first you need to reshape your story in your resume. Let's say today you're in finance and you're applying for UI UX job role, right? Your resume should speak less of finance and more of UI UX. So if you're able to do that storytelling well, that's what Aparna we usually do in career counseling sessions. If you're able to do that storytelling well, your responses could get faster. And many a times trainers, I personally do that, are able to guide you to some of the firms that are in the process of hiring,
Yeah,
because some of our networks we get to know which kind of roles are currently open over there. So your network somehow helps you to at least get the first set of listings done.
right.
We've got another one. How hard is to switch from a service industry to a product company? And also see if you've got good work experience. When I say not a robotic or a low level work experience in a service industry, the transition would be easy. I'll give you one simple example. Let's say you're working in a service industry, you're working in Accenture. However, while working in Accenture, you're a SAP expert. I can guarantee you that SAP would love to hire you. Or let's say if
Mm.
you are in Accenture, you are, or maybe in TCS, Wipro, Infosys, and let's say you are somewhat an expert with Oracle Finance, or you work with Workday HR, or let's say you have a good hands-on experience of deploying chatbots. So this kind of a work is something that any product company would easily aspire. Therefore, your work would speak more in that scenario than the industry. And in that scenario, the product company would come on their own to look for you.
Got it. All right. I think with this, we're also done with the certificate poll. And Suryansh, we took a lot of your time today. But I think the learners enjoyed the session. And I'm sure you agree with me. So, because you guys enjoyed it, just give us a quick rating. This is last poll, I promise. This will really just boost our confidence further to do better and more such webinars as well. Um, and yeah, I think any last thoughts that you have, Suryansh, before we close for
I think
today?
we're all good learners. Just ensure that don't let your non-tech background stop you from getting in these kind of roles. And most important, do not get in the misconception that certain roles are going to be taken away by AI. So those are just media jargons trying to scare you off. Don't
Mm,
get into these kind of traps at all. At the same time, if you feel that let's say this kind of a career option suits you, at least give it a try. I'm not saying that go for it, take the course on and so forth. At least give it a try. As in, talk to more people on how these things work and then do make a decision.
right. Great. Thanks so much, Suryansh, and all
Right.
the learners who participated
Thank you
keenly
so much.
on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. So we'll see you in another session, but I'm sure this was one of the best sessions that the learners have attended. They got to practice hands-on live with you, right? So glad that everyone could make it. Thank you again. Once again, have a great day and have a good night, Suryansh.